There. And we're back with another YouTube video. Time to talk about NXT UK SmackDown 205. NXT UK starts with Piper Nevitt versus Dia Luna. Dia Luna? Dana Luna? Dana Luna. Sorry. Um, Piper Nevitt wins by pinfall with the Michinoku driver. Obviously, I expected her to win because it's basically what a jobber match for her, or a squash match, I should say. Trevor Lee versus what? Oh, sorry. Tyler Bate versus A Kid. I don't know why I said Trevor Lee. Tyler Bate wins with Tyler Driver 97. Post match, we get Joseph Connors coming out, staring down Tyler Bate. Thought I saw something. Anyway, um, so yeah, Tyler Bate wins. Joseph Connors comes to staring down. That's our next match. Tyler Bate and Joseph Connors is going to be our next feud, apparently. Then we had Pretty Deadly, which is Howie and Smith. No, sorry. Ashton Smith and Oliver Carter were the tag team that they fought. Um, who is it? Howie and Stoker. Stoker and Howie. Yeah, that's Pretty Deadly. Um, Ashton Carter and Oliver Smith win with the sorry. Um, so they win with the electric chair Uji Goroshi combo. Um, they get a they don't get a quick interview. Sorry. Um, Pretty Deadly does double team Codebreaker, and then the crowd boos heavily. So if Pretty Deadly weren't heels already, hmm, I don't know. I guess that's their heel turn. So they're heels now. Um, get Ilya Dragunov getting a quick interview. States that he was trying to help Joe Coffey at Takeover, but Coffey says his days are numbered, so he'll be ready. So we'll get Joe Coffey versus Ilya Dragunov at some point. Kaylee Ray comes down to the ring, basically saying how she's the best woman on the NXT UK roster because she's champ. Obviously, that's why she said that. Tony Storm comes out, and we get the challenge for a I Quit match. The stipulation for the I Quit match is when Tony Storm says I quit, she can't fight for the NXT Women's Championship, NXT UK Women's Championship as long as Kaylee Ray is champion. I've seen matches like this before, and usually the person who is challenged is the one that wins the match. So let's see if they follow suit with that. So by that statement, I'm expecting Tony Storm to win this match. By virtue of me saying that. We had Trent Seven versus Eddie Dennis. This match was great. Honestly, this is the first time I've ever seen a street fight with all the steel posts revealed. All the steel posts taken off. Trent Seven wins with the burning hammer, and I'm glad he won. You know. All right. So that was NXT UK. It was a good show. I liked it. So yeah, now on to SmackDown. All right. So Miz and Morrison return with their dirt sheet. First thing they do is do a parody of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. They had Miz's dad in there. They had John Laurinaitis in there for some reason. I don't know. It was okay, I guess. Wasn't too bad. Then they get interrupted by the New Day. New Day basically say they're going to beat them at Super Showdown. Usos come out because the Miz and Morrison are like, we beat all the SmackDown tag teams. They didn't beat the Usos. That's why they came out there. Then Rude and Ziggler come out. They all brawl. We get Usos versus Ziggler and Rude. Usos win. Um, that match was good. You know, the right people won, in my opinion. Elias versus Cesaro. Cesaro just keeps getting jobbed out, man. I don't know what they're gonna do with him. He's just getting jobbed out right now. So I don't know. Might be in line for a big push somewhere down the line, but right now he's getting jobbed out. Whatever he does at WrestleMania, hopefully he wins. I'm just saying. Whatever he does, because I don't know what he's gonna do at WrestleMania right now. Battle Royal probably, which is terrible to think. They're wasting a great talent, great wrestler like Cesaro in a Battle Royal. Mm, I guess. I mean, when creative has nothing for you, what else can you do? But yeah, like I said, Elias wins. Match was fine. Corbin says basically attacks a production guy, spills a drink on a fan. He says he wants a match with Roman. Roman comes out, Roman says, I'll up the ante. Let's do it in a steel cage. And we get the announcement Saudi Arabia, Super Showdown, Roman, Corbin, steel cage. Why this feud is still continuing, I don't know. Will Roman win? Of course he will. Why would he lose? So yeah, Roman's gonna beat King Corbin in Saudi Arabia. Yippee. Goldberg, he says who's next? He wants to fight the Fiend. Goldberg versus the Fiend at Super Showdown. I'm excited for this. It's a match that's never happened before. Hell, I thought we were gonna get Goldberg and Roman, and people were gonna be like, "Hey, there's Roman's road to WrestleMania right there. He beats Goldberg, then he probably would have beaten Goldberg, wins the Chamber, goes as number one contender. I'm pretty sure the Chamber match is gonna be a number one contender match. I would assume, unless they put the Fiend in the Chamber match. If they put the Fiend in the Chamber, then he's winning. Just saying. Daniel Bryan versus Heath Slater. Daniel Bryan wins. The Heath Slater's talking to him backstage before the match. He didn't expect to have a match, of course. He's just talking about how the Fiend whipped him and how the Fiend went after his kids. And Daniel Bryan was like, "No, that wasn't my kids. That wasn't my house. That was Miz." And Slater's like, "Oh, my bad." Slater, I just forgot everything. Braun comes out. He's new IC champion. Fights all comers. Shinsuke and Sammy come out, basically say we want the title. Shinsuke wants the title back. Sammy says Shinsuke wants a rematch. Sorry. So the rematch will happen, not tonight. Revival come out, attack Braun. Nakamura comes down, attacks Braun. So yeah, triple threat on Braun Strowman, or 3-on-1 on Braun Strowman. Sheamus and Apollo Crews. Sheamus beats Apollo Crews. Squash match. Shorty G comes out. He also gets beaten up. So yeah. And then we have Carmella, Naomi, Alexa, and Dana in a fatal four-way. Carmella wins. Why? When Naomi had the momentum? I don't know. Maybe they're doing this at Saudi Arabia? They could. And then give Naomi the shot at Chamber. I'm fine with that. If that's what they're doing. Hasn't been announced what they're doing yet. But if they do that, then I'm fine with it. And yes, I'm expecting Bayley to beat Carmella. whenever this match happens. But yeah, SmackDown as a whole was a pretty good show. Well, yeah, no, sorry, not pretty good. It was okay. I'm sorry. It was an okay show. Best thing on the show, well, best two things I'd say: the announcement for Goldberg and Fiend at Saudi Arabia, and um, what the Fatal Four Way? Was the Fatal Four Way better than a tag match? Hmm, I guess. Why not? Anyways, um, Anu Lurkin and Danny Burch. We're on the 205 Live now. Anu Lurkin and Danny Burch team up. Basically ends in a DQ. DQ for Brian Kendrick and Davari because Anu Lurkin and Danny Burch uses a steel chair. And I don't know, maybe set up a street fight tag match, which I'm fine with. I'd prefer that. I'd prefer that to actually have a finish over this not having one. So if they do a street fight tag match next week on 205, I'm here for it. Bollywood boys job out people. Why they're getting the job matches when they were jobbers? They still are technically. Like even on 205, they're still jobbers. So the jobbers get a job match apparently. Mm-hmm. Um, Leo Rush, Tony Nese, Jordan Devlin, non-title triple threat. The match was good. I liked it. Best match on the show. Well, it's not hard to be best match on the show when you have a DQ finish, a squash match, and then this triple threat. Just saying. Jordan Devlin wins with the Devlin side, which is the Saito suplex that he does. But yeah, this match was good. High spots, high spots galore. Flosberry flop, suicide dives, the frog splash that Leo Rush does, the come up. He did the come up twice. So yeah, I like this match. I liked all the matches were good. Well, other than the jobbers getting a job match, it was weird because Singh brothers are jobbers and they're jobbing somebody else out. Doesn't make any sense. Why? But yeah, so that's everything. Talk about NXT UK. Talk about SmackDown. Talk about 205. I guess we can go into a little bit of news. Tanara Conti walked out. Fightful says it was due to creative differences, which, truth be told, I believe them. What I read was because like something to do with money, but I mean, creative differences is what it is. Whatever. And apparently, Samoa Joe's being promoted for a match next week on Raw, but I heard he got popped for the wellness policy, so I guess he didn't. Hmm. I mean, card subject to change as always, but if he got popped for the wellness policy, why would he be advertised? That's just thought. So maybe he didn't get popped for the wellness policy. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did. Maybe I heard wrong. I don't know. Anyways, that's everything. So see you guys next week. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.